Hostetler.
Oh, tough move by Scott Hostetler.
Bounce pass to Rensberger. And he puts it in off the glass. Now he'll pump it up from the left side and hit. Looking to grab. That's trouble when you find Yoder that wide open. From Lakeland High School in LaGrange, Indiana, welcome back to Westview Warrior Basketball on LaGwanamedia.com. This is Jerry Hostetler along with Dan Byler, getting ready for Game 2 of our Lakeland Westview triple header. Tonight's second game will feature girls varsity basketball as the Lakeland Lady Lakers will take on the Lady Warriors of Westview. Lakeland comes into tonight's game with an impressive 9-2 overall record, along with an unblemished mark of 4-0 in the Northeast Corner Conference. Westview is struggling through a rebuilding year, and they're still seeking their first win of the season and come into tonight's game with an 0-13 mark. The Lady Lakers captured a conference win in their last outing last Saturday versus Eastside and have rattled off 7 consecutive wins, and they haven't lost since losing to Goshen on November 10th. So it's Westview, and they're coming off a loss at Goshen last evening in a makeup game with the Lady Redhawks. So we have the Westview Lakeland Varsity Girls matchup coming up next. Tonight's girls game is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales, now with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. Our silver sponsors are Height Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange, Eden Worship Center, Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Also, Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. Also, Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Dale is the right man for the job. And LaGwana, serving our customers with creative solutions. Our bronze sponsors are Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Also, Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Our passion is protecting yours. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also, Topeka Clinic on Lehman Drive in Topeka. Dutch Blessing Floral in Shipshewana, featuring floral arrangements and gift baskets for all occasions. Also, Mold Mob, located just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Or call them at 260-214-1250. And Precision Financial Group with local advisors Andrew Landgraf, Adam Christner, and Ryan Yoder. And Dan and I will be back with more from Lakeland High School as we get set for Lady Warrior, Lady Laker basketball right after this 60-second timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Back at Lakeland High School, the girls team has reemerged from their locker room after getting in their pregame warm-ups. We had senior recognition night here at Lakeland High School, so we're delayed a little bit on our tip-off. Looks like it's going to be about a couple of minutes away.
Yeah.
So Dan, before we start, I think, and I mentioned this before we went on the air, this is the first time that we've ever done a triple header, isn't it?
It is. Certainly, yeah. It's the first time we've ever broadcast a triple header. I mean, they've done these quadruple headers for the last number of years when we play Lakeland and Fairfield and at one time West Noble, but
very seldom are they all played in the same gym like this.
Right.
So,
yeah. And yeah, we certainly haven't ever broadcast. I mean, I think 2 is the most we've ever done in a row.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So we're glad you could join us tonight. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just going to say a couple things tonight. So this is the first that you and I will get to see Hope Bortner in action, a freshman that she had hurt her hand in, I think, the very first game of the season, and she had missed quite a bit of the season. She did play against Goshen, and seems like maybe there was another game or two that were away games that we didn't do, but this will be the first we see her in action and have her on the live stream. And then also, it'll be a last. Erica Miller, senior Erica Miller, is graduating at the end of first semester here, and so this is her last high school basketball game.
Well, I'm sure she has some emotions going on down there knowing that tonight, but congratulations to Erica. You don't see that very often where they graduate, where a basketball player graduates at semester break and then isn't able to come back for the second semester to play.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not like college where she could have just started her master's and just kept playing, I guess.
right.
So yeah, I don't know what her plans are. I just know that she is finished up with high school and will not be coming back. So.
Well, the Lady Warriors have, suffered through a pretty dismal season so far, but you got to admire the girls. They've stuck in there. They've hustled the whole time, and better days are ahead for Ryan Yoder and his Westview Lady Warriors, I'm sure. We just need to get some parents out there that have daughters that are like close to 6 feet tall to start working with them in the barn or in the driveway.
Yeah, especially those that are 8 or 9 that are 6 feet tall. You should be working with them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So, my guess is we'll probably be doing the national anthem here shortly, but both teams looks like they're ready to hit the floor.
Yep, there's a little pause here, but we'll
Yeah,
probably have the national anthem before the introduction of the starting lineup, I think. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing. Looks like they're looking around a little bit down below us here.
The 3 officials are out on the court. They're in position, ready to go.
Well, should I just start whistling it?
There you go.
So
Well, maybe
looks
they
like
were. They had built in that time for you to whistle.
Well, that's usually right before the tip-off.
That's true.
So they did just announce that they are trying to, they're getting the national anthem queued up, so it'll be playing here shortly. So everybody's getting up and
I
facing.
saw on TV where this happened, where they couldn't get it to go, and a father stood up and sung the national anthem.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to happen tonight. Well, it's another thing I missed this year is not having the live bands in the gym, along with
Yeah.
all the fans we normally have, of course.
Yeah, we've noticed lots of things.
They're honoring Diane Rowe, who passed away today.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, she, of course, helped Darlene Matthew in the athletic office in keeping score at a lot of the ball games. She was a bus driver at Westview, and she will definitely be missed. Moment of silence for Diane.
On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Eva Merkel, Principal
So, yeah, she had gotten sick with COVID and passed away today.
Goodness, yeah, I hadn't even realized she was ill. So.
Take a look at the starting lineups now for tonight's ball game.
Let's meet the starting five first for the visiting Westview Warriors.
We'll go with the public address announcer as he announces it. Number 11, Erica Miller, 5'2", senior, will start at one guard for Ryan Yoder's Westview Lady Warriors. The other guard position will be Andrea Miller, a 5'1", sophomore. Also in the lineup, Allie Springer, a 5'3", junior. Leading scorer Hallie Mast, a 5'8", senior. Ina Miller, another 5'8", senior. Rounds out the starting lineup for the Lady Warriors. And now for the Lady Lakers under the direction of Dale Gearhart, who's in his first year as the head coach. He'll go at one guard with Haley Alshouse, a 5'1", senior. Bailey Hartzell, a 5'10", senior. Leading scorer, 17.3 points per game. Number 24. Number 32 is Madison Kyle. She's a 5'8", senior, averaging 4.2 points per game. Katie Etzel will start tonight as well. Sadie Etzel, I should say, a 5'8", senior, averaging 2.4 points per game. And Kendall Moore, a 5'8", senior, averaging 2.2 points per game. And they're all seniors. And it is senior night here, so not sure whether that's their normal starting lineup, but they are all seniors in that lineup tonight. So Coach Gearhart might have...
and there is one more senior on the roster, 5'8", senior Ella Lewin.
Familiar name on that bench down there, and she normally plays. In fact, she's one of the leading scorers, and that's Faith Reel, who started at Westview, now moved over to Lakeland. She's a fine basketball player, averaging 11.2 points per game. Ball's in the air, and the tip is controlled by Lakeland. Quickly underneath, losing the handle momentarily with Sadie Edsel. Then the three-pointer in the air by Bailey Hartsoe, and Lakeland's off to a screaming start here with a quick three. Erica Miller brings it up. Erica with it between the circles. She'll take it right side, have it knocked away and stolen. Grabbing the steal was Bailey Hartsoe. Bailey goes right side with it to Sadie Edsel. Edsel underneath to Kendall Moore, and she ends up traveling. So it'll be a turnover on Lakeland.
So offsetting turnovers.
Ball knocked away, almost stolen by... Oh, it is out of bounds. It'll go to Lakeland. Turnover. Yeah, that's what you were talking about.
Lost it off of her knee.
I looked away, and I wasn't sure what exactly happened there. Haley Alshouse with the ball out front. Looks left and goes right. That's Bailey Hartsoe.
Westview's in a 2-3. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like a 2-3 zone, but they have Ina Miller matched up against Kendall Moore underneath. Looked like a 2-3 other than that.
Yeah, I thought it was a 2-3, but then...
It almost looks man, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, so maybe they were just sagging way off. I think maybe that's all that's happening.
That could be.
Erica dropped way off of her man.
Well, they're all playing like they're playing
that was
a zone.
a nice play
Good
there
steal.
by Hallie Mast. Stole the ball.
Hallie gives it up right side to Andrea Miller. Andrea bounce passes it left to Hallie. Takes it down to the baseline and pulls it back out again. Lakeland in a man-to-man. Allie Springer back out front will come to Andrea. Drives it and gives it to Hallie Mast. Bounce pass underneath to Ina. She has it stripped away from behind by Haley Alshouse. And back come the Lady Lakers. Madison Kyle works it back out front to Alshouse. Back to Kyle. Takes it into the lane. Pulls it up at the free throw line and tries to get the pass to Sadie Edsel. She was cutting toward the basket. And it'll be another turnover on Lakeland.
So 3 turnovers for each team already.
We've seen quite a few turnovers this year, with the girls trying to build back up again. Long shot is no good. Good hustle for the rebound by Springer. Now to Mast. Mast drives it into the lane, and she's fouled on a reach in. It won't be a shooting foul. They'll be inbounding underneath the Warrior basket.
Going to be called on Edsel.
First foul, team foul number 1.
So, yeah, the first foul called on either team. And she comes out.
Ella Lewin, 5'8". She looks taller than that.
Oh!
Long three is good.
Andrea Miller.
Andrea with a big three. She's shooting 25% from the three-point arc, but that one went through, and we're all tied up at 3. But the ball is Lewin. Inside, shots up by Hartzell, and that's Bailey Hartzell, and she gets it to go. She has all 5 of the Lady Laker points. Ball almost stolen. Good job by Andrea to retain possession, but now we have a turnover on a travel.
And looks, so Sadie Edsel right back in. I guess coach just wanted to talk to her. Kendall Moore comes out.
Haley Alshouse across the timeline, works it up front there to Hartzell. Was it Hartzell that had a ton of points against us last year? I remember she had like 28 points in one of the games. We played him in December and then again in January in the NECC last year. Sadie Edsel with it. Should come up top to Haley Alshouse. Now inside to Lewin. Now down low to Bailey Hartzell. Her shot's up. No good. Good block out by Hallie Mast, but can't pick it up. She gets it to Ina Miller after she got down on the floor. Andrea Miller now. She'll go right side with it to Erica Miller. Pulls it back out to Andrea. And now to Hallie Mast. Hallie bounce passes it right side to Andrea Miller. Knocked away. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Hallie Alshouse. Alshouse bounces it into traffic. It's loose on the floor. Now we have a held ball.
Should be Westview ball, I believe.
Westview will get it.
So Haley Miller set to check in, and Kendall Moore right back in for the Lakers. Kyle coming out for the Lakers, and Ina Miller came out for Westview.
And another turnover as ball came in bounds from Allie Springer, and Erica Miller tried to chase it down, but couldn't quite get to it in time. So Lakeland will be inbounding. And it will be Bailey Hartzell triggering in for the Lady Lakers. She'll get it into Alshouse. Alshouse right back to Hartzell. Hartzell gets a screen from Alshouse and delivers it across the lane to Edsel. She puts it up, no good. Gets it right back. And it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lakeland. It'll be Westview ball. 3:43 to go in the first quarter. Well, I was going to say all tied up, but that's right. Lakeland Hartzell got a two-pointer, so it's 5-3. Ball knocked away, loose on the court, picked up again by Alshouse. Brings it back across the timeline, gives off to Hartzell. Bailey drives, puts it up, misses, and it'll be a 2-shot foul coming for Hartzell.
It's going to be called on Allie Springer, her first.
First foul, team foul number 1.
So only 2 fouls called so far, 4.5 minutes into the game.
Ball hits off the back of the iron, no good by Hartso.
Back in the game.
She's shooting 64% from the free throw line. Coming
Madison
into
Kyle
tonight's
comes
game.
back in. And coming in for the first time, Cameron Miller enters the lineup for Westview.
Second shot is good by Hartso.
And she now has a 3, a 2, and a 1.
One of each.
And all their points.
That's true. 6-3, 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Ball to Cameron Miller. She'll get it out front to Hallie Mast. Hallie puts it on the floor. Knocked away. Still loose. Finally grabbed by Springer. She'll get it to Haley Miller. Now right side. Shots in the air by Cameron Miller. No good. And Hartso there for the rebound. First game tonight, the Lakeland JV defeated our JV 51-34. Madison Kyle with it. Drives it into the lane and gives off to Lewin. Left side it'll go to Edsel. Back to Lewin. They'll work it over to Moore. And now into the hands of Kyle. Kyle has it knocked away, and we had a kick.
Hallie Mass doing a nice job on defense there. Hall's House coming right back in for the Lakers. So it looks like he has a pretty active rotation there.
Does. Yeah, a pretty deep bench. Edsel gets it to Moore. Moore from the free throw line, and she hits.
That's the first non-Hartso points for the Lakers.
8-3 now. Lakeland by 5. 2:25 to go in the opening quarter. Hallie Mass goes right side to Haley Miller. Back out front, it'll come to Andrea Miller. She has Allshouse on her. Tries to drive. She's picked up there by Kyle. Loses her dribble. Gives off to Cameron Miller. Bounce pass inside to Springer. Now to Haley Miller. Good defense by Lakeland. Shot in the air by Cameron Miller. Short. Good offensive rebound by Haley Miller, but she lowered her shoulder, and that's where she drew that foul.
24,
Haley's first.
Fouls on number 23.
Lakeland looks to extend their lead here as they inbound the basketball. Allshouse will bring it up for the Lady Lakers. Hartso takes it to the baseline. Back out now, it'll come to Lewin. Lewin down low to Hartso. And now to Allshouse. Her shot from the free throw line's no good, and Hallie Mass comes out with it. She crosses the timeline. Moves left with it to Andrea Miller. Bounce pass between the circles now to Hallie Mass. She'll get a pick from Springer. Now Andrea Miller puts it up, no good. And Bailey Hartso pulls down a rebound. Pass underneath. Too long, too strong for Madison Kyle. Out of bounds. It'll be Westview ball on the turnover.
So we've got Hope Bortner and Katrina Schwartz checking in for Westview. And Cameron Miller and Hallie Mast taking a rest.
Ryan rotating our bench pretty consistently here tonight so far as well. Andrea Miller across the timeline. Gets a pick from Springer. She rolls off of that. Driving, good bounce pass inside to Haley Miller, but a good block by Hartso, and she grabs a loose basketball. He'll bring it all the way down and have it bounce off her shin, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover on Lakeland. 48 seconds now to go in the opening quarter.
So I show 6 turnovers for the Lady Lakers and 8 for the Lady Warriors.
Quite a few in this first quarter. Don't forget we have the boys varsity game coming up right after this one. Westview's been off for about a week, a little over a week actually.
Yeah, by Thursday would be 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see if that has any effect on the boys tonight. Lakeland, another steal or a turnover on Westview. Hartso goes to Madison Kyle. And he'll go for the last shot, it looks like.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go.
Kyle with it, drives it into the lane, picks it up, 2 seconds. Shots in the air off the glass, no good by Sadie Edsel, but a foul.
Sadie did a nice job faking outside and then took off for the bucket and had a wide open lane, but she couldn't get it to drop. But Springer picks up her second foul. She has 2/3. Oh no, yeah, 2/3 of our fouls called so far.
0.6 seconds to go. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Edsel will get one more coming her way. Edsel is 2 for 5 now from the free throw line on the year. Second shot in the air, no good off the back of the iron. And that'll do it for the first 8 minutes of basketball here at Lakeland High School in this girls varsity game. Our score, Lakeland 8, Westview 3. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Mold Mob in Shipshewana provides an environmentally conscious approach to mold, moisture, and odor removal. Mold Mob gets to the source of the problem in a way that is effective, affordable, and protects the planet. Mold Mob's indoor air quality services don't just cover up odors, mold, smoke, or other toxins. They remediate with treatments that denature bacteria, fungi, and other toxic substances for cleaner air. That's Mold Mob, just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250. Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week, scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken, and then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988, and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
Another thing, while I'm thinking about it, the Angola game, in case you hadn't heard, the boys game has been rescheduled for January 2nd, so that'll be a week from Saturday over to Angola. The feed inside to Bailey Hartsoe, and Lakeland on the board here in the second quarter. 10-3 is our score now. And bringing it up is Andrea Miller for the Lady Warriors. She'll bounce pass it right side to Schwartz. Looking for someone to pass to, gets it to Ina Miller. Back out front will come to Hallie Mast. She'll go left side to Andrea Miller. Schwartz tries to get the pass to Hallie, and she chases it down. Looking for help, and she finally gets some from Andrea Miller. And Andrea's fouled on a reach-in.
It's going to be called on Peyton Hartsoe. Just looking at her, I would guess they might be sisters.
Yes, they are. I remember that from last year, and she was on the varsity as a freshman last year. Played a little bit. Hallie Mast with it. She'll drive it all the way to the basket, puts it up, misses a shot, and we have a offensive foul that's going to be called on Hallie. Once again, she lowered her shoulder. So it was kind of a no-brainer for the official there.
Keep that shoulder up. Otherwise, just that amount of contact probably wouldn't have been called.
Right.
Anytime you lower your shoulder, though, they're going to call that.
Good feed. Faith Reel now in the ball game for Lakeland, and she got it underneath the Bailey Hartsoe, and Hartsoe was fouled. She'll go to the free throw line shooting 2.
So Katrina Schwartz picks up that foul. That's her first, but 5 on the Lady Warriors already. Hartsoe at the line. She's 1 for 3 now. I'm thinking that the caliber of player she is, that's probably not normal.
Well, she's shooting 64%, which does not lead her team. In fact, that gets her down the list to 3rd. So she's more proficient from the field, it looks like, than the free throw line. It's the second. 11-3 now is our score. Lakeland with the lead. Driving is Andrea Miller. I thought she was going to get the open shot, but lost the hand a little momentarily, and then she tries to get the pass to Hallie Mast. We have another foul.
That's going to be called on Bailey Hartsoe. Which, I guess if we can get a bunch of fouls on her, that'd be all right.
Yeah, that would.
Leading scorer.
All those girls look like trees, and then I look down, and they're only 5'10" or 5'9", something like that. But
oh, and Bailey Hartsoe just
another
picked
one.
up another one.
Wow.
And again, she got a clean block, but she swatted down, and that's almost always going to earn you a foul. So that's her second.
So that will send Hallie Mast to the line. First opportunity for Hallie tonight. Her shot's off the back of the rim, no good.
So Haley Miller and Erica Miller coming back in. Katrina Schwartz and Ina Miller coming out for the Warriors.
Hallie shooting 57, almost 58% from the free throw line. Coming into tonight's game, 1 for 2 there. 11-4 now. Lakeland with the basketball and the lead. Peyton Hartsoe gets it to her sister Bailey Hartsoe. Now they try to get it back to Faith Reel, and it's over her head, right in the hands of his assistant coach on the Westview bench, Adam Christner.
To be fair, he was wide open.
He was. And knowing Adam, he would have loved to have taken that shot. Hallie Mast. Top of the circle, picks up her dribble, gives off right side. It'll go to Erica Miller. Erica out front to Andrea. Andrea being hawked on defense there by Olivia Rassler. Driving, putting it up, no good. Hallie Mast. Looks like she got a knee before that shot, but no call. Shots up and good. Underneath by Peyton Hartsoe. 13-4 now, and now Ryan wants to talk things over. He wants a full timeout, so it'll be timeout Westview. 5:35 to go in the first half. Our score, Lakeland 13, Westview 4, back in 60 seconds.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Fruit May Funeral Home in LaGrange serves the surrounding area with dignified and personal funeral services. Fruit May provides pre-planning, traditional funeral services, traditional cremations and simple cremations, as well as monument sales. Call to discuss your needs with a knowledgeable funeral director, Lowell or Brian May, licensed funeral directors who will help you honor the cherished memory of your departed loved one. Call 260-463-3131 or visit their website at fruitmayfuneralhome.com.
Back at Lakeland after the timeout called by Ryan Yoder, try to get his troops together here. Trailing by 9, 13-4. Andrea Miller, right side, looking inside. Tries to get it inside, but cutting in there and stealing it was Bailey Hartsoe. She'll feed underneath. Good job by Faith Reel putting it in off the glass. 15-4. Andrea Miller gets a screen from Springer. Hallie Mast now, right side. She'll pull it out front on the pass to Erica Miller. Erica tries to drive on Peyton Hartsoe, and they'll bring it out front to Andrea Miller. Erica Miller, they'll swing it to Hallie now. Hallie loses the handle, regains possession. She'll get it to Springer. Springer takes it into the lane, bounces it out to Hallie Mast. Mast drives it toward the hole, puts it up, and it's going to count. They're going to count it. Good drive by Hallie. She didn't give up on the shot.
Foul's going to be called on Etzel, her second. 5 on the Lady Lakers now. Erica Miller comes back out as Hope Bortner comes back in, and had a change. Hartsoe, the elder Hartsoe, Bailey came out, and I didn't see who came in.
Shots up, and Mast completes the three-point play. That was her first field goal of the night. Averages 6.5 points per game, and that leads the Warriors. 15-7 is our score. Peyton Hartsoe feeds it inside to Sadie Etzel. She puts it in. She's fouled.
They're doing a nice job of cutting to the basket and picking up picking up those wide open layups. Foul was called on Hallie Mast.
So Edsel will have a chance. And she hits that one.
The thing just died on the back of the rim.
Yeah,
there.
it did. Didn't think it was going to go in, but
Expecting it to bounce back out, a long bounce, but it just died.
I think there was one game where were we doing that where it
stopped.
died on? Yeah.
It stopped up there, yeah.
Well, you don't see that very often, but every once in a while. Of course, then it's a held ball. And
Yeah.
whoever has the light going their way. Haley Miller gets it to Springer. She'll take it into the lane, puts it up. No good. Saving it inbounds was Olivia Rassler. She saves it to Peyton Hartsoe. Underneath, once again, it is Real. She misses, and coming out of there with it, it is 5-1 sophomore Andrea Miller for Westview. Hallie Mast now. She drives on Kyle, and we have a jump ball.
Either had to call a jump ball or a travel.
It'll be Westview's ball, so it was fortunate the referees called that a held ball.
It's only like half a turnover.
Yeah. Bounce pass comes into Haley Miller. We'll swing it out front now. It'll get into the hands of Andrea Miller. She drives, gives off left side to Cameron Miller. Now back into the hands of Andrea Miller. She backs it out, gets a good screen from Hallie Mast, but waiting for her on the screen was Ella Lewin.
It looks like Westview's doing a nice job running their offense.
They just can't. The Lakeland girls are switching, and they're just not able to get any clear lanes to that basket.
Hope Bortner gets fouled there.
Hope drove it down the baseline. Ended up getting reached in on by Olivia Rassler.
6 on the Lady Lakers now. Ina Miller and Erica Miller comes back in. And Hallie Mast and Cameron Miller out.
Inbounded by the Warriors, and now we have a traveling violation. So that'll be a turnover on the Lady Warriors, and the Lady Lakers will inbound underneath the Westview basket.
So both teams doing a much better job of handling the ball here in the second period. Almost 6 minutes in and only 3 turnovers between them.
That has improved. That's good. Haley Allshouse. She'll go to Rassler. Rassler right side to Real, and her shot is good. Or Peyton Hartsoe. First three-pointer for her.
Joins her sister with a 3 and a 2.
21-7. The lob inside intended for Ina Miller from Andrea Miller. Quickly back the other way, and driving is Faith Real. She puts it up and in. Once again, Ryan Yoder wants to talk things over with his girls. 23-7. Minute 38 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
Nobody wants to foul out, and even worse are intentional fouls. But every time we sin, it's an intentional foul against God. That's why Romans 1 says that when we suppress the truth of what we know God wants, we're storing up wrath for ourselves. Oh, but friends, I have good news for you. The Bible says that if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all our unrighteousness. God's Word is the playbook. Find out what it has to say.
And we're back at Lakeland High School. Every time I hear that whistle on the Eden Worship Center, I think it's coming from the gym. I look up, what's going on? Sorry, Dan, I cut you off.
That's all right.
You can go ahead. Well, they can watch. Oh, ball knocked away. Lakeland with it.
I was going to say, in the first quarter, both teams only had one player score, but Lakeland's got 4 players in the scoring column this quarter.
Yep, they're spreading their scoring out a little bit. Driving is Reel. She'll give it off to Moore. Left side to Reel again. Her shot's up and good. That'll be a 3 as well.
That'll be their third 3 they've made tonight. 3 different girls, both Hartso's and now Reel with a 3.
Haley Miller being hawked on defense by Faith Reel.
It's actually Hope Bortner.
Oh, that's Hope. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Called her that earlier.
Yeah. Used to seeing Haley out there, and she's got, well, of course, a lot of them have ponytails.
Allshouse called for that foul, her first, but that will put Erica Miller at the line to shoot 1 in the bonus. So I show that we've only actually taken 2 shots this quarter. She got the rebound.
She was so shocked she didn't.
Bounced right back to her.
Lakeland with it. Peyton Hartso now to Moore. Moore goes right side to Reel. Back up top, it'll come now to Olivia Rassler.
25 seconds to go. Looks like they might be going for the last shot.
Yeah, looks like it. 26-7, Lakeland with the commanding lead. We're down to 5 seconds. Driving is Rassler. She'll put it up, and she gets it to go. Her first 2 points of the night. So we've come to an end of the first half here at Lakeland High School in the second game that we're bringing you tonight. It's the Lakeland Lady Lakers 28 and the Westview Lady Warriors 7. Dan will be back with halftime stats and scoring right after this 2-minute timeout.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week. Scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken. And then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988 and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And welcome back to Lakeland High School. Halftime of the second game of our tripleheader tonight as the Lakeland Lady Lakers are hosting the Varsity Lady Warriors and have quite a commanding lead right now. Halftime score, Lakeland up 28-7. Westview's lone scorers coming from Andrea Miller, who hit a three-pointer in the first quarter. And then Hallie Mast had 4 points in the second quarter. She was 2 of 3 from the free throw line and hit a regular 2-point bucket. That rounds out the scoring for Westview. The Lady Lakers have 6 girls in the scoring column right now. In the first quarter, Bailey Hartso had almost all their points. She had 6 points, but Kendall Moore had hit a bucket as well. Others adding to that total, well, actually, Bailey Hartso added another 3 points in the second period, so she's leading all scorers with 9 right now. 7 points for Faith Reel, all scored in the second period. 5 points for Peyton Hartsoe also all scored in the second period. Olivia Rassler hit a bucket in the second period, and Sadie Edsel had a traditional three-point play also in the second period. So had 5 different Lakers score in the second period. So as we said, Lakeland up 28-7 at the break. I do show the rebounding totals. We're almost up there with them. We have 7 rebounds. They have 8. There's been 6 fouls whistled on us and 7 on them. Turnovers, I show, let's see, what do we got? 11 for the Warriors and 7 for the Lady Lakers. But the first quarter, we had 8, they had 6. Second quarter, much better ball control, 3-1.
Yeah, they cleaned it up a little bit in the second quarter. But the only problem was Lakeland scored, 20 points in that second quarter, and we could only manage 4. So,
and I show that they shot 8 of 9 in the second quarter, including 2 for 2 from three-point range. And,
I mean, you can't say that they were all layups because they did have those 2 3-pointers, but they were getting a lot of, they work it really well underneath the basket and the passes.
Yeah. So a lot of layups there, so you're going to make most of those. So.
Right.
One of the things I did want to mention, remind folks that we are asking you to donate funds. Since you can't come to the game, you're not paying to get in, but you're watching at home. If you would please go to LaGwanamedia.com. Our homepage has a donate button right there. And if you would just spend what you were going to spend anyway coming to the game, what we've done for when we're allowed to do away games this year with COVID, there's been some schools that are doing their own games behind a paywall. But what we've said we would do is anything that's donated during the games that when we play elsewhere, we will actually donate those funds to their athletic department. So if you were thinking about coming to Lakeland anyway, or you would have, why don't you go ahead and pay the $5 or the $10, whatever, and just use, again, that's on our homepage at LaGwanamedia.com, and then we'll donate that to the athletic department here at Lakeland for this evening.
Yeah, it's too bad to see this happen. Because all the athletic departments are in trouble this year with COVID, not being able to have fans come to the ball game. So it really does help any donations that you can give. So as I mentioned, we have that makeup game. There will be no games, I guess, next week until Saturday.
Right, yeah.
And that'll be at Angola, the guys' game. And then the girls' game, the first one after Christmas, after the first of the year, will be the South Bend Career Academy on January 7th.
Yeah, and
that'll be a home game.
Right, and I think they only have 2 home games left, but coming up early, though, in January as well is the NECC tournament, usually that second full week in January, and Westview got a really nice draw this year. Got a bye to start with, and then we play Hamilton, and we would expect that to be a fairly easy win for the boys, and I think it should be doable for the girls as well. So actually we travel to Hamilton on January 8th for just a regular season game, and if all things play out according to the way the schedule's set up for the tournament, we'll be right back down there 5 days later doing it again for the NECC tournament.
And it's on a Wednesday night that we'll be playing in the tournament. But that's still, I will say that's still up in the air as far as the venue's concerned. We'll see where we are with COVID then, but I know there has been rumors that it possibly could get moved. But right now it's still scheduled for Hamilton.
Of course, for most of you, that really doesn't make much difference because you can't go to the game anyway.
No.
So, it does make a difference for those parents that can go. Otherwise, the only people it affects is us.
Right.
Whether we could drive to Westview or have to drive to Hamilton again. So.
And we did get permission to cover the game no matter where it is. So.
The other thing you should be aware of is that we are officially going to be covering the semifinal games in our half of the bracket, and that'd be girls and boys regardless of who's playing. And again, the finals, we will be covering that regardless of who's playing, both boys and girls. We've been asked by the conference to do so, but those games will be behind a paywall. And I just happen to think I need to check with Darlene Matthew, the athletic director at Westview. She's the one that's been working with us on this, but I don't know for sure if that second round or our first game, the Hamilton game, if they're expecting us to put that behind the paywall as well, and with the funds going to the conference.
Right. So that could be a possibility, and if that's the case, and I would imagine the fans know what you mean by a paywall.
Oh, yeah, that means you have to pay.
Basically,
that'll be through IHSAA TV, and the way that works is whatever price we put on there, or the conference decides to put on there, they will get 60% of the funds that are paid for access to that game, and 40% goes to IHSAA TV for providing that service. And but yeah, then whatever the plan is to spread those funds for the conference teams, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but that's really not our problem. We will not be keeping any of that money at LaGwana.
Right.
And in fact, when it asks you to donate to using our donate button, we will also not keep any of those funds. The only funds that don't go directly to the home team, where we're live streaming, are the processing fees for credit cards or PayPal.
That's right. We're trying to do our part to help these schools as well. So, the only difference would be in the tournament, the NECC tournament, is they would have to watch it on the IHSAA.
Right. Oh, yes. So if you're used to watching
website.
the games, on YouTube directly, be aware you're going to have to go through IHSAA TV, and we will have that link. I mean, you can get there either by getting the IHSAA TV app, or you can go to our website, and there will be a direct link there that you can get to the game that way.
And as far as that goes, you can watch the games on the IHSAA website all the time if you wish, but I know we have a lot on YouTube watching as well. And the IHSAA solely will just be in the NECC tournament. Lakeland with the basketball first as we begin the second half. Lakeland with the 28-7 lead. With the ball is Rassler. She drives it, puts it up in the lane, misses a shot, and it's pulled out of there by Erica Miller. She gets it to Andrea Miller, and Andrea right back to her sister Erica. Now to Hallie Mast. Hallie drives it into the lane and bounce passes it left side to Erica Miller. Erica loses a handle, picks it back up, gives it to Hallie. She'll go left side to Allie Springer. Now right side will come to Ida Miller. Shot in the air is short and right into the hands of Bailey Hartzell. She'll get it up court to Olivia Rassler. Her shot's off the glass, no good by Peyton Hartzell actually, and it's grabbed out of there, pulled out by Andrea Miller. She'll bounce pass it to Springer left side. Back up front it'll come to Erica Miller. Now left side in the corner is Hallie Mast. Hallie loses her dribble, gives off to Andrea Miller. Now right side to Erica. Lakeland continues in that man-to-man and is stolen away. Peyton Hartzell with a steal. Bounce pass on the feed once again. Rassler puts it in off the glass. Lakeland comes to a stop either in the lane or right at the free throw line and then bounce passes it to the teammate coming by. We've seen that all night tonight.
Well, and like we said, you're going to make an awful lot of those shots because they're pretty much point blank. Right?
Yep, high percentage, no doubt. Springer looking for help. Hollers for it. Hallie Mast comes out to help her out and lets it go out of bounds. It was last touched by Lakeland. So it'll be Westview basketball right in front of the scores bench. Got pretty good seats this year for the basketball game, right on the half-court line.
So the only issue is that there's a pole in front of us.
Yeah, that's the way it is at a lot of ball games. It seems like we always have that doggone pole, but it's not too bad. I thought I was going to have to stand up the whole game, but it's not too bad sitting here.
If we could just encourage them all to stay on the far side of the court.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem at all. Lakeland with it. Olivia Rassler looks inside and takes it to the free throw line. Goes right side to Bailey Hartzell. Her long three is off the mark, and the long rebound comes to Springer. Springer will bring it up. She'll bounce pass it left side to Andrea Miller.
And she's getting counted, and I don't think she realizes she's going to have another turnover. Whoops. Well, she had a turnover, but not because of that.
So Lakeland comes up with it. Olivia Rassler with it out front. She'll give it off to Bailey Hartsoe. Now it'll come to Faith Reel. Reel underneath to Bailey Hartsoe. She has it knocked away. And we have 3 Warriors and a Lakeland Laker tied up in there. And it's going to be a held ball, and it'll be Westview's ball on the alternating possession.
Haley Miller comes in for Ina Miller.
Haley's a little taller than Bortner.
She is, but they do have the hair, same color, same style.
And we have a whistle and a foul, a bump. That's going to be on Faith Reel.
So she picks up her first. That's the first whistle at all in the second half. 4:48 to go here in the third quarter.
Inbounding will be Springer. He tries to lob it in. It's deflected. It eventually ends up in the hands of Peyton Hartsoe. She takes it all the way down, puts it up with the right hand on the left side, misses, tipped around, still loose, and it's into the hands of Faith Reel. Long shot from the right side's off the mark by Peyton Hartsoe, and now we have a traveling violation underneath on Lakeland, so it'll be Westview ball.
Quite a lot of action there for.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, the ball kept slipping through people's hands.
Yeah.
Nobody could quite get a hold of it.
Sure did. Driving is Andrea Miller. Ball loose on the floor. Springer had it, and I think it hit the out-of-bounds line. It's going to be Lakeland ball on the turnover. One interesting observation is got to be one of the first games also. You know, we talked about doing a triple header on LaGwana Media, but at least 5 of the 6 coaches are in there of the games that we broadcasted tonight are in their first year of coaching at the school that they're coaching.
Right, and so it's we don't know about the JV coach at
Lakeland. Right. Lakeland working around the perimeter. Canedo is checked in, number 40. She has the ball now. She'll get it into the hands of Olivia Rassler. Rassler goes to Hartsoe. Now a long 3 in here, no good by Faith Reel. And Springer comes out with it for the Lady Warriors. She'll drive it, put it up off the glass, no good. And the rebound's pulled down by Bailey Hartsoe. Canedo with it. She'll go out front to Peyton Hartsoe. Now they'll swing it all the way around to the left side of Faith Reel. Back out front to Rassler. Three in the air by Peyton Hartsoe. No good. Good block out by Hallie Mast as she pulls it out of there. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Shot in the air, no good by Katrina Swartz. Back come the Lady Lakers. Peyton Hartsoe puts it up off the glass, or Faith Reel rather, puts it up off the glass and gets it to go down. She has 8 now, and she'll go to the free throw line trying to add to that total.
Hallie Mass going to be whistled for that. That's her first for the team for the half. And Sarah Lapp makes her first appearance this evening for the Lady Warriors, and Hope Bortner and Cameron Miller back in as well. Coming in for the Lady Lakers is Ella Lewin.
And also Alshouse, starting guard, 5'1" senior, back in. Faith Reel at the charity stripe, and she connects on her three-point play the old-fashioned way. 33-7 now, Lakeland. Inbounding is Sarah Lapp. She gets it into Springer. Springer takes it all the way down. Feeds Swartz on the baseline. She'll try to get it to Hope Bortner, and it goes off of her shin and out of bounds. So inbounding will be Bailey Hartsoe. She gets it into Alshouse. works it across the timeline and goes right side to Pilar Canedo. Canedo lobs it inside to Lewin. Lewin down low to Moore. She'll get out of trouble to Hartzell. Bailey drives a baseline, and we have a foul on the floor. Basket will not count. And Springer picks up foul number 3.
So 2 Lady Warriors with 3 fouls now. Hallie Springer and Hallie Mast.
Bailey Hartzell looking for an inbound receiver. She finds one, and we have a traveling violation as Lewin tried to square up to the basket one way, and then she went the other way, but moved her pivot foot.
Hallie Mast coming in for Hallie Springer.
Hallie lobs it in to, who is it? 21 Cameron Miller, yeah. Cameron travels. She tried to unload the pass to Katrina Swartz, and she took an extra step.
Sadie Edsel coming back in for the Lady Lakers, coming in for Bailey Hartsoe.
Inside 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Lakeland will bring it up. Owl's house.
Only 5 points scored here in the third quarter, all by Lakeland so far.
So they're back more to their first quarter production. They put 8 on the board that quarter, but then came back with 20 in the second quarter. All South bounce passes it right side to Ellen Lewin. Ella takes it down the baseline and gives out to Moore. She'll pop a 3, and it's a little short, and Sarah Lapp pulls down the rebound for the Lady Warriors. She'll bring it across the timeline, works it down the lane, tries to force up the shot, and she's fouled. They're going to call it on the floor. So it'll be Westview inbounding the basketball underneath their own basket.
Foul's going to be called on Sadie Edsel. That'll be her third. She's picked one up each period so far.
Hallie Mast will trigger it in for the Lady Warriors. Hallie gets it right back. Pass it out front to Bortner, or is that?
Yeah, that is Bortner.
Swing it around left side to Hallie Mast, and we have a foul on Allshouse. That happened earlier in the game, and they didn't call it. This time she didn't get away with it.
Tried to swing that hip out as she went by.
Well, it's a knee, I think.
Okay.
She stuck her knee out.
She got knocked down for her troubles and got the foul called on her.
That's true. Hallie Mast received the inbound pass. She'll go left side with it to Cameron Miller. Her shot from the corner's no good. Good offensive rebound in there by Bortner. Hope's a little fighter.
Yeah, I see that.
Tenacious in there. That's what we need. She's only a freshman. All South across the timeline. Bounce passes it left side to Ella Lewin. Back to All South. All South tries the baseline. No room there. She'll give it back to Lewin. Now at front it'll come to Edsel. Right side to Canedo. And now Ella Lewin. Ella all the way to the basket. She meets up with Hallie Mast, and it's going to be a foul on Hallie. That'll be
her fourth.
Yeah. Moore will inbound for Lakeland. She bounce passes right between the legs of the would-be recipient of that pass. Hallie Mast picks it up, and she's double-teamed. And we have a held ball.
Yeah, she sort of picked that ball up and found herself in the middle of a crowd of Lakers.
Fortunately, the Warriors get it on the alternating possession. Sarah Lapp with it on the wing right side. She'll pull it out front to Bortner. Hope goes left side to Katrina Swartz, tries to lob it inside, and it's intercepted, but Allshouse steps on the out-of-bounds line, so it'll stay in the hands of Westview. 8.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Inbounding will be Cameron Miller. It's deflected. She gets it to Hallie Mast, and Hallie might not know that the clock's running out here. knocked out of bounds. You'll probably know now, but there's only 1.4 seconds to go, so they're going to have to get it in and up in a hurry. Allie lobs it in, and a quick shot taken by Cameron Miller and hits the rim, but bounces off. So that'll do it for 3/4 of basketball from Lakeland. Our score, Lakeland 33, Westview 7 in this girls varsity basketball contest. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week, scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken, and then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988, and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka. Mold Mob in Shipshewana provides an environmentally conscious approach to mold, moisture, and odor removal. Mold Mob gets to the source of the problem in a way that is effective, affordable, and protects the planet. Mold Mob's indoor air quality services don't just cover up odors, mold, smoke, or other toxins. They remediate with treatments that denature bacteria, fungi, and other toxic substances for cleaner air. That's Mold Mob, just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250.
And we're set for the 4th quarter. Lakeland will inbound to begin. With the basketball, Faith Reel. She goes up top to Peyton Hartsoe. They'll swing it around into the hands of Madison Kyle. Now it's passed down low to Olivia Rassler. She's tied up by Sarah Lapp, yeah. So it'll be Westview basketball. Sarah remains in the ball game along with Andrea Miller, Hope Bortner, Erica Miller with the basketball now, and Andrea Miller. Driving, putting it up, Sarah Lapp. Good drive down the lane by Sarah. 33-9. Lakeland with a big lead. Peyton Hartsoe. They'll swing it around left side to Olivia Rassler. Don't forget, coming up next, it'll be the boys varsity going at it.
And you will need to log into that stream. It's a separate stream, either on YouTube or IHSA TV, either one.
Shots up, no good by Bailey Hartsoe. Loose on the floor, stays in the possession of Lakeland. 3 in the air by Rassler's no good. Battle for the ball, knocked out of bounds by 2 Westview's players coming together. There were Sarah Lapp and Hallie Mast. So inbounding will be Olivia Rassler. She gets it into Bailey Hartsoe. She drives toward the basket, puts it in, and she's fouled.
The basket by number 24, Bailey Hartsoe.
11 now for Hartsoe.
Let's go call Sarah Lapp, her first. 4 on the Lady Warriors now. Allie Springer coming in for Sarah Lapp.
Hartsoe came in with a 17.3 point per game average, so we held her to 11 so far. Now 12 with that. Or no, 15. Let's see, 6, 9,
That's
12.
12, yeah.
36-9 is our score. With the ball, Andrea Miller takes it down to the baseline, pulls it out front to Erica on the wing. She'll take it down to the baseline. Looking for help. She'll get it back to Andrea. Andrea drives it down the lane and gives off to Bortner. Out of Mast. Mast drives, puts it up too long, and the rebound's pulled out by Faith Reel. Chasing it down is Hartsoe on the pass. And the shots in the air by Bailey Hartsoe, no good on a 3, and Hallie Mast pulls down the rebound. One thing I liked about Sarah Lapp, she got into the lane but then kept on going. Our girls are getting into the lane, but they're not finishing there. They're getting caught up and looking for a pass. There's a shot, no good by Erica Miller. Shots up and good.
Bortner.
Hope Bortner, and I believe that's her first points of the year.
Yeah, okay, could be. Certainly the first we've seen her score.
She had nothing on the on the stats that Coach Yoder had sent. Shots up, no good underneath by Bailey Hartsoe, but she's fouled again, so she'll go to the free throw line. This time she'll be shooting 2.
And now Allie Springer has 4. So Allie and Hallie both with 4 fouls for Westview, and keeping them both in the game.
That's up and good by Hartsoe. Lap back in, Bortner out. Second shot's way short. Good block out by Erica Miller in front of Hartsoe to grab that one because it came right back to the free throw line where Hartsoe was standing. Sarah Lapp with the ball. She's double teamed, knocked out of bounds, so it'll be Westview ball.
Ina Miller coming in for Hallie Mast. 5:06 to go. I guess they decided to save her for a bit.
Allie Springer bounce passes it in to Andrea Miller. Andrea goes to Erica Miller. Knocked away, Sarah Lapp right there to retrieve the loose ball. She bounce passes it to Ina Miller, gets a pick from Sarah. Now Andrea Miller has her pocket pick. Peyton Hartsoe brings it all the way down, puts it up. I thought she got too far underneath, but she was able to get it to go down. 7 now for Peyton Hartsoe. 39-11, 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Andrea Miller shots up, no good, but she's fouled in the lane.
Foul's going to be called on Faith Reel, her second 4 on the Lady Lakers.
Won't be a shooting foul, so.
Katrina Schwartz coming back in. Erica Miller out.
Andrea Miller, it's booted out of bounds, right into the hands of Butch Lehman.
Butch Lehman did a nice job working earlier this evening, helping with the broadcast of the JV boys game.
Andrea Miller. The Springer now, right side will come to Schwartz. She tries to feed it into Ina Miller, and it's a steal in there by Lakeland's Olivia Rassler. Now Bailey Hartsoe drives it toward the basket, puts it up off the glass and good.
She's going to have to stop scoring. I'm running out of room on my score sheet.
15 points now for Hartsoe tonight. She's nearing her average per game of 17.3. Westview looking at a 30-point deficit. Andrea Miller goes right side, gets a pick from Schwartz. There's where she should have taken the shot, I think.
Yeah, the reverse layup would have been nice.
It was there, I think. Sarah gets in trouble there as she drove. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go back to Westview.
Haley Miller checks in, comes in for Ina Miller.
Inbounding will be Allie Springer. She'll bounce pass it into Andrea Miller. Andrea looks inside. She get it to Haley Miller. Now putting the ball down. Springer, couple bounces, puts it up short. Back come the Lady Lakers. Olivia Rassler with it. Inside, Bailey Hartsoe. Shots up, no good. It's tipped out, grabbed by Andrea Miller, and back she comes. She'll pull it back out of trouble, or try to, and then tries to get it to Haley Miller, but it goes out of bounds. Knocked out by Lakeland, so Lakeland will retain.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, well, that's what the referee called too. I saw where Haley went after it. It looked like she touched it last, but the referee saw it differently, so Westview will retain possession.
And Lakeland did a complete line change there.
So they're back, some of their starters and some substitutes. Canedo in there. She's tied up right now. Sarah Lapp comes out with the loose ball. Springer tries to drive the baseline. Gives off to Lapp. Lapp feeds it inside to Haley Miller. Haley right back to Lapp. Lapp will drive it, puts it up short, but she's fouled. That should be a shooting foul for Sarah.
I would assume so. Foul's going to be called on Canedo. 5 on the Lakers now. Sarah Lapp a chance to add to the 2 points she got earlier this quarter.
2:29 to go in the ball game. And she does. 3 points now for Sarah.
Back in for the Warriors, number 21, Cameron Miller.
Cameron back in as Andrea comes out. Second shot by Lapp. Doesn't go this time, but Springer, good offensive rebound. Shot up by Swartz is no good, and it's chased down by Sarah, but she looked away before she pulled the ball in, and it goes off her body and into the Westview bench.
So I just had a stat relayed to me by my son who does the videotaping for the girls, and he said he thinks this is the first game this year that all 10 of the girls listed on the varsity roster have played in one game.
Well, that's good.
Of course, we know there were several games when there was only 6 playing because that's all that were available.
That's true.
Because of COVID. And so this will also be the last game they all play since Erica Miller will be graduating at the midpoint of the year.
Erica, I think, has been in just about every minute of this ball game. She might have gotten a little bit of a rest, but her last hurrah as a Westview basketball player.
And Allie Springer came out, and who came in? Was it Hope back in?
Yep, Hope Bortner back into the ball game for the Lady Warriors. Minute 45 to go. Lapp gets it to Erica Miller. Erica drives it to the free throw line, gives off to Sarah. Now to Bortner. Can't find her lane to the basket. She'll give off to Sarah. She does. Tries to put it up. Looked like she was fouled. No call. Haley Allshouse has the ball knocked away, and I think the referees are just kind of letting them play now. A lot of bumping and grinding going on out there. No whistles. But now they finally had to call it. Right when I say that. Cameron Miller picks up the foul.
So the Lakeland coach was complaining about the bumping, and the officials just telling him, just stop. He's going, I want to go home.
Well, I really think that's what I observed anyway, that, okay, they just want this game to be over. That was a travel, but they didn't call it. Haley drives, puts it up, misses, but she'll go to the free throw line. Haley Miller, 40% free throw shooter for Westview coming into tonight's game. We'll toe it up on the free throw line. Shots in the air, nice arch, but won't fall. She'll get one more.
So to date, we have 4 of the Lady Warriors in the scoring column. And now 5.
Goes. Minute 11 to go. Lakeland leading 41-13. Moore gets it down on the baseline and pulls it out of trouble out front to Allshouse. She'll get it inside to Lewin, and we have a fight underneath. Bortner.
Bortner's not very tall, but she is scrappy, and she is
feisty.
Quick.
She is. She's right on that ball as soon as it entered the lane. Hey, this is my territory.
So she gets called for the foul. That'll be the 7th team foul, so that'll put Lewin at the line to shoot. 1 in the bonus.
And she'll get the bonus as she hits the free throw, her first point of the night. Looks like her first point of the year, according to their stats.
And she's a senior.
Yep. That's probably why she's playing right now.
And
what was that?
I'm not sure what they called. Maybe a tie-up and
well, that could be
alternating possession.
Moore will inbound nonetheless, and it's loose again. This time it's pulled out of there by Allshouse. Then we have a tie-up and a tackle. 1st and 10 on about the 35-yard line.
Well, they're still playing aggressive, going after the ball. That's
right.
Good to see. So another tie-up, and that time it will give us the ball.
Good hustle by the girls out there.
51.1 seconds to go.
Erica Miller lobbing it in, and it's loose. Well, it's grabbed by Cameron Miller.
Better get across the timeline.
Erica does in a hurry. She'll get it to Sarah Lapp. Lapp drives it toward the basket, then she's double teamed and is stripped away. And then we're tied up, and we got another held ball. Or is it a foul?
He's going to call a foul.
They're going to call it on Cameron.
And we'll walk to the other end with 32.7 seconds to go and shoot some free throws. And put Allshouse at the line, her first trip to the line. One in the bonus.
And if you're just tuning in, the boys' game will be coming up here. It's normally about tip-off time now for the boys' game at 7:30.
So they're 7 of 13. She misses that one. The Lakers are 7 of 13. Westview is 4 of 8 from the stripe tonight.
Sarah Lapp brings it across the time stripe. Works it left side to Bortner. Now to Erica Miller. Sarah Lapp, she'll lob it into Haley Miller, and a whistle and a 1-and-1. A foul's going to be called. So that will send Haley Miller to the charity stripe.
It's going to be called on Sadie Edsel. Well, she needed to get one this quarter. She's had one every other quarter, so now she has 4. I use a different color pen, so you've got 4 different color stripes here.
You the man. When it comes to stats, Dan's the man.
Haley Miller hits the free throw.
Banks it in.
And we just tied here in the fourth quarter the total points we scored in the first 3 quarters.
Off the back of the rim, but Sarah Lapp comes up with the rebound, and then she takes it out of bounds. So where's it going to belong to? I think it's going to stay on our side of the court, so Westview will inbound underneath their own basket.
11.9 seconds.
Looks like we might get out of here before Christmas Eve after all. Sarah Lapp bounce passes it to Cameron Miller. Sarah Lapp travels as she puts up the shot. This has got to be one of the longest fourth quarters of the year.
And the officials were, I think, trying to let it run out, but
right. And it finally does. So Lakeland improves their record, and it's impressive. 10, they've hit double digits in the victory column now. 10-2 on the year overall, and 5-0 in the Northeast Corner Conference as Lakeland defeats Westview by a score of 42-14. And we'll be back to take a look at the stats and scoring and wrap it up right after this 2-minute timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
There's nothing more embarrassing than an air ball. You get the ball, you take the shot, not even close. Hard work pays off on the basketball court, but when it comes to God, no amount of hard work will ever be enough. The Bible says that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and so it's by grace that you've been saved through faith. This is not of yourself, it's the gift of God. That means your only hope is to put your trust in Jesus today. Friends, this is the playbook. Find out what it has to say.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
We're back here at Lakeland High School as the participants of the third game of the triple header tonight are out there warming up, the varsity boys teams. Quick wrap up here of the girls game. Westview ended up dropping another game, 42-14. The Lakers were led tonight by senior Bailey Hartso, 15 points, 10 points for Faith Reel, and Faith, I don't think she played in the first quarter at all, so she got all her points in the last 3. 7 points for Peyton Hartso, 4 points tonight for Olivia Rassler, 3 points for Sadie Edsel, 2 for Kendall Moore, and 1 point for Ella Lewin for the Lady Lakers, who are playing their senior night tonight. Westview had 5 girls in the scoring column. They were led tonight by Hallie Springer, and she had 4 points all in the second period. 3 points for Andrea Miller, 3 points also for Sarah Lapp, and then 2 points apiece for Hope Bortner and for Haley Miller. So both teams had a little trouble hitting threes. We were 1 of 9. Well, actually, they were 3 of 9. They were 3 of 3 in the first half, but then they were 0 for 6 in the second half. The Lakers were, so they finished 3 of 9 from long range. We were only 1 of 9. We were 3 of 13 inside the arc. They were 13 of 23. They just got a lot more shots up than we did. I do show the final that we actually out-rebounded them 22-18. Both teams whistled for 14 fouls, so that part was equal. We shot exactly 50% from the line, 5 of 10, and I forgot to finish calculating. I had everything calculated. 3 of 6, so they were 7 of 13, so they were just a hair over 50%. So, yeah, just they got a lot more shots than we did.
Yeah, they sure did. A lot of them were high percentage, but they hit a few threes there too. So,
and yeah, I guess the other thing that needs to be mentioned that helps explain that score difference is 24 turnovers for Westview and only 13 for the Lakers.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. So the final score here tonight in the girls varsity game, Lady Lakers 42 and the Lady Warriors 14. Lady Lakers go to 10-2 overall and 5-0 in the conference. Westview falls to 0-14 and 0-7. So that'll do it for this game. We're going to sign off, and then you'll have to sign off and sign back in again as we'll bring you the boys game, and that tip-off will be coming up in about 17 minutes from now. But we're going to go off here for a while and then come back on. But tonight's girls game was brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales. Also, our silver sponsors this year are Hyde Auto Body in LaGrange, Eden Worship Center, Topeka Do It Best Hardware, as well as Tiffany's Restaurant and Freedom Finish Works, all in Topeka, by Dale's Dependable Handyman, by LaGwana, and also by Topeka Pharmacy. One of our broad sponsors is Topeka Pharmacy, along with Lehman Insurance and Financial Group, Jerry Standard in Middlebury, and the Topeka Clinic on Lehman Drive in Topeka, Dutch Blessing Floral in Shipshewana, and also Mold Mob in Shipshewana, and the financial group, Precision Financial Group, I should say. And that'll do it. So Jamie and I will be back with Dan for the final of 3 games tonight, as the boys will meet up with the Lakeland boys game. Right after this timeout, we'll take a break here.